Near side, too far for Ifununyachi. Sunrise trying to get it in towards the box. Too many dark jerseys there. Again, Sunrise on your screen going right to left. Powder blue jerseys, black trunks. Now they look for Ifununyachi. Centers it back. Diving play by the defender to clear it. Chicago back on the ball. Appeal for handball, but that looked like it went off the chest from my vantage point. Maximilian Krieg sends it way upfield. A little bit of miscommunication there, but Pineda is able to make the grab. Ifununyachi trying to set up here on the near side. Emmanuel Sabi was in control for the moment, had it pilfered away. And Magic able to gain control, advantage played, sent it into the box. Goalkeeper waits, his defender cleared it out. Krieg a little bit upset that Trani did not come and claim that. Ball into touch. Corner kick coming up. Chicago looking for some space. Now they're going to play it short. Left foot into the box. Sunrise trying to counter here. If he would have sent that one time, he would have been onside. Instead, it's peeled back. Trying to go over the top. Instead, picking it up. Rincon looking for the cross, too strong. Had a great day of soccer for you here today. Even if you're just tuning in for this one. Brought you all the games right here on presented by the Turbo Sports Group. Obviously you're watching through the U.S. Youth Soccer website most likely on YouTube. I want to thank everybody for watching regardless of where you're watching from. Whether it be Illinois or Florida. Maybe you've got a family member and you're watching from somewhere else. Doesn't matter. We appreciate the view. I want to remind you that once this tournament is over, you can get all your video highlights and game film at turbosportsgroup.com. Played out over the far side touchline. Bit too strong there for Spencer Farina. Chicago able to nicely dance around the attacker. Sending it up. Ifununyachi looking for Sabi. Ifununyachi again. Takes a push in the back. The referee not going to call anything. Sabi hits the turf as well. It's surprising that there was nothing there. I mean, I suppose you could say that Ifununyachi made the still the hands were extended. Sunrise trying to take control. Rincon has it knocked away. Both players hit the turf. I don't think the referee is very appreciative. Sunrise trying to get into the box. Offside. Still kind of in that feeling out period. It lasted the full 45 in our Group A matchup. Now this one's getting a little bit physical over on the far side. Rincon involved in a little bit of a shoving match. Out of the near side, Funanyachi. Again, physical battles over here along the sidelines. Kept in bounds and handed off to Jesus Perez. They intended that one for Sabi, but it won't get to its intended target. All the way out of his goalkeeping area is Carlos Pineda. As they try to get something going here. Both teams have had chances in towards the box, but have yet to really make much out of it. Funanyaki trying to make the run. Mishandled here by the goalkeeper, and they score! Sabi will get credit for the goal. 1-0 in favor of Chicago Magic. Incredible. Alan Trani came out. Was unable to make the grab. So Chicago takes a 1-0 lead. And a goal from Emmanuel Sabi. Looked like nothing was going to come of that, but Sabi just wouldn't give up on it. The goalkeeper mishandled it just a little bit. Miscommunication between he and his defender, and ultimately that leads to Chicago being on top by 1. Gill can't make the clearance. They shoot, they score! 2 in quick succession. And Chicago takes a commanding 2-0 lead as Sabi now has both of them. Again, it didn't look like anything was really going to come of that one. They just played a ball up the near side wing. But it was able to send it across. Sabi was able to get a foot to it. Clearance, they shoot, they score! And Chicago really in charge of things here. We are still in the early stages of this matchup. Obviously, Sunrise is going to do all they can to get back into this one, but this has the potential to get ugly. Just 10 minutes and change into this game. Chicago has found themselves a 2-goal lead. The sun tries to peek out from behind the clouds. Still a few sprinkles as well. Hasn't affected the play. The field is held up very nicely. It's good to see they've got good strong grass here on these fields. A lot of times you have the real lush grass on those pro fields, but oftentimes it just comes up in gigantic chunks. Too many fields to use up the manpower, so they have a nice hardy grass. Here comes Funanyaki. He's fielded by Sabi as well. And Funanyaki tried to take it all the way himself, and that was met by the defender at the last second. Instead, it's Jesus Perez splitting into defense. Sunrise trying to get something, anything. They want to get it away. Here's Funanyaki to Sabi, looking for the hat trick. Left-footed shot blocked. Rebound chance. He scores! 3-0 Chicago, and the hat trick goes to Emmanuel Sabi. As they say in hockey, the natural hat trick. No goals in between. He scored 3 in a row. So Chicago Magic couldn't ask for a much better start. Sunrise really reeling here. A little bit disorganized at the back, but not necessarily their own fault. It has been under pressure most of this half by Chicago. Cleared away by Trani. So now the pennies come off as substitutions about to be made for Chicago. Already up 3-0, so the bench is probably going to be emptied here soon enough. Sunrise trying to find an answer of any sort. Not even necessarily a goal right off the bat, but just something to build their confidence. That goes over the touch line, too far for Gill after he had a lot of spin on his initial touch. So 3-0 to score here in favor of Chicago. Funanyaki almost looked like he got his hand stepped on. At least he insinuated as much to the official. Far sideline, Prippa. Prippa with the slide tackle, unsuccessful. Here comes Delsing for Sunrise. Gains the throw. That one is knocked way out of play over that far canopy. It'll be a Sunrise throw when they get it back into play. There it is. Trying to get it in towards the box. Teamer from Sunrise, Florida, trying to get anything going. They'll get a free kick here from straight away. As Emmanuel Perez draws the foul. Sent in, easily claimed there by Pineda. Obviously, Sunrise will be disappointed with the end result of that kick, but ultimately, you find yourself down 3-0 so early in the match. You need to put shots on goal, and that was not a bad attempt. Chicago just in pure control of this one right now. Calling for it here on the near side, but the ball won't reach. Michael Gallo. Gallo chasing it down. Able to get a piece of it. Sunrise trying to work it in towards the box. And instead they give up the goal kick. So Group B action here. U17 men's action. We've got Group B as well on the field behind us. Haven't heard any reaction as to any goal scoring there. That one is between Arlington Impact and FC Dallas 98. Been the one good thing about today, at least from a neutral standpoint, is most of the games played here today have been fairly tight and had victors. And right now it looks like Chicago is in complete control of this one, up 3-0, and really only one shot towards goal for Sunrise. But when it's this early in the match, sometimes you can get into bad habits. Coach Radoncic will try to keep his team from doing anything outside of their normal zone. Set up top by Krieg. Sunrise will gain the throw-in. Trailing by 3. Sunrise brings it into the box. Krieg crosses it in. Nobody there. Rincon was close. Dangerous play there from Benjamin Prince as he went studs in. Got away with it. Alan Tranny out to grab that one. He's had a rough game here. Hasn't played all that badly. They had that one mishandle that led to the goal, the second goal of the game. But just any goalkeeper will tell you, you let up 3 goals, especially in the first half. You're not feeling all that great about your game, even if it's not your fault. Now Chicago can't get too cute with it as they play it back and forth between goalkeeper and defender. Aaron Ibiloa. To get the touch onto this one. They were looking for Sabi. He puts it up. It's in. Will it count? No, they're going to say that it was a handball. Well, now they're putting the ball back at center circle, so I guess they did count it. The ref blew the whistle. I thought he was calling a handball, but they've put the goal up now. So it is 4-0. And Sunrise is in shock. We'll try to get official confirmation on that at halftime, just to benefit if nothing else. But what a series of events. I'm almost at a loss for words. I thought coming into this one that it would be a fairly even game, and everything has gone against Sunrise so far as they take their hydration break. So the hydration break is done, and we will resume play on this one. It is 4-0. Savvy apparently picked up an injury. Chicago looking none the worse for wear, though, as they try to get right back in on the attack. Perez hounded by Batinovic. Free kick coming to Sunrise. This one high up into the air. Gill trying to get it. Laid out. It will be a Sunrise throw. Gill trying to keep it in. Dancing around here on the near sideline. Avoids one pressure. Sends it across the box. Kendall Stork unable to come up with that one, but once again into the waiting grasp of Carlos Pineda. Sunrise able to cut out the through ball. Looking near side. They've got Gill. Will he catch up to it? Not quite. Another battle for it here on the near side. Sunrise doing good winning the physical battles, but so far there's just been too much skill for Chicago Magic. This one comes in. Rolls away. Far side. Stork trying to put the afterburners on. Takes one foul given, and they're actually going to call the initial foul. Interesting decision there. They will play the advantage and then not give the second foul. Slide tackle won by Sunrise as they're able to come away with possession. Rincon trying to shove off his defender, and he'll draw the foul. Chicago able to win that air ball. Sunrise still playing hard, doing all they can. Hasn't really come all that close to a goal yet. A big shoulder there from Infunanyaki. The referee's going to allow it. He called the foul, but some officials, I would not be surprised to see a card brandished. A 4-0 is your score. Chicago just running away with this one. That goes over the top. Perez looking for options. Scahan. Perez has it cut up by Perpa. Funanyaki for Chicago. Dancing around. Has the ball on the string, draws a foul. And now we see the official finally stepping in. A lot of pushing and shoving going on between these two teams. Most of it's between the whistles, though, so no extracurricular activity as of yet. Funanyaki takes the pass from Gallo. Gallo was looking up top for Patinovic. Instead, Gill sends it over to the far side. Gill looking a little. Check that, it was actually Maximilian Krieg. Nevertheless, players for Sunrise not really knowing what to do here. And the midfield players urging everybody to get forward. Now coming out to play it, they put it up and in. The flag stays down, and it is 5-0, the goal to Michael Gallo. And the lead increases. It's getting to the point now where this one may already be in the books. But Sunrise Elite has really got to worry about goal differential now. You're already trailing by 5. And any kind of tiebreaker, you need to go in your favor. Right now, it's not looking good from the team from the Sunshine State. Chicago came out in this one with a purpose, and they were not going to be denied. 5 goals, and we're still in the first half, is Amin Salako comes into the game. Funanyaki will get a bit of a rest. Salako listed as a defender, but he's going to take more of a forward position. Amazing scoreline here. Not what we thought coming into this one. Most of the games so far today have been pretty close, but Chicago leaving nothing to doubt. 5-0 with a free kick coming from almost a corner kick position. Way up into the air. One-time shot. Why not? Jesus Perez with the chance. Looking for glory on the volley. Didn't quite strike it as cleanly as he would have liked. U17 Group B action here from the Mohawk Soccer Complex in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm Todd Panula. Glad you're watching this one with us. Perez with the challenge there. The official says he touched it last, so the throw-in will go to Sunrise. And it's about all they've had go their way so far in this half. It's been an interesting half as well, because it isn't as though Sunrise has played just a terrible game. I mean, having not seen them before, I don't know what they're capable of in terms of their best. But despite being down 5-0, I can't imagine that this is anywhere close to their worst. They've played a physical game. Their marking hasn't been all that bad. It's just any mistake that they have made, and even when they have not made a mistake, Chicago has just been that much better so far. Emmanuel Sabi with the hat trick. And they scored another goal, and Sabi might have gotten a piece of that one as well. It was hard to tell from my vantage point. And then the 5th goal of the game put in by Michael Gallo. Substitution going to come in for Chicago. Grant Ugarte. Near side throw in for Sunrise. Tackle from behind. Betinovic gets away with it and draws the free throw. Throw in. The heat's getting to my head. So getting a rest, it'll be Luca Pirpa. Far side by Lyles Ghazali. Betinovic juggling it around. And again, Chicago, that's probably at this point the only thing they need to be worried about. You don't want to get into bad habits juggling it around in the midfield and thinking all your games are going to be like this. High up into the air. Pineda going to come out and head it over to the far sideline. That'll go out for the throw. Sunrise coming into this one with high aspirations, as are every team that makes it here. It can't be at this stage without being a talented squad. But winning a national championship after going down 5-0 in the first half of game one is going to be a difficult task. Chicago looking like world beaters right now. Sent into the box. Chicago able to clear it up, draw the foul, and a yellow card given. If my eyes are working correctly, I believe that was Donald Emerson who was given the card. Chicago up the far side. Stork. Ugarte. Stork checking back for the ball. Let's get a man here on the near side, but he's tangled up. Free kick. Chicago over to the far side as Stork gets the pass from Farina. Gallo lets it run through, gets past the defender. Pressure put on by Skehan. Stork couldn't quite get to that. Now there could Salako. Gil gives it up. Pass went awry. Perez. Left-footed chance. He wants one. You could tell he took that volley. Now he took another shot. Probably didn't have a great opportunity towards goal, but you're already up 5-0. You got possession. Might as well do something with it. Pineda, the goalkeeper. To Gallo. Thought he had a teammate making a run. Instead, it's Skehan. Now Nicholas Gomez puts on the brakes. At this point, I think Sunrise would do well to try to get some possession. Obviously, you want to try to score a goal, get one back. As Krieg took it towards the area and had it taken away. Taylor Willman to the far side. Trying to cut it back in towards the middle. Looking for the flick. Rincon was there. Sunrise will get their first corner kick of the ball game. The corner kick coming for Sunrise Elite, looking for their first goal of the game. Emerson got ahead to that one, but again, just nothing going right now for Sunrise. Gallo for Chicago as they work it around the back end. Salako. And a giveaway here. Sunrise trying to take advantage, but Chicago takes it right back. Not cleared away with any conviction by Ghazali. And now they will draw the foul. Substitution about to check in now for Chicago as they want to keep their legs fresh and get some experience now. Josh Iana coming into the game. Batinovic will get a rest. Now Salako. A little bit too fancy from Perez. Here comes Emerson. Trying to give it back to Emerson. Pineda in control. Salako trying to go over the top. That was actually Stork. Salako's here on the near side. Skahan. Tried to find Perez. Instead, it's with Stork of Chicago. Going over the top. Onside. Coming in. Spencer Farina. Takes it all the way to the end line and then takes a big spill. Goal kick. Quick restart. Salako put on some pressure. Relatively easily pulled around him. Sunrise trying to get a little bit of momentum in their favor before the half. Because right now it has just been all Chicago. First 30 minutes or so, and Magic putting in 5 goals. Game's kind of settled down since then, but you really have to wonder what's going on. We get a yellow card now as Sunrise really letting the frustration come out. Another one of their big back-end players picking up a card. James Delsing will go into the book. Luckily, that was de-escalated rather quickly. Chicago looking to go over the top again. They might have a chance here. Nicely stopped by Delsing. And now Delsing hits the turf. Not sure what happened there. Perhaps just physical exhaustion. The referee finally sees it. And yes, it's going to be a cramp. Had to worry about that. Gone most of the day without getting any, but really in the heat of the day here, and it's going to be an interesting tournament. You got to keep hydrated. You got to get the fruits in you as well after games. Vitamin C and whatnot. Can't be cramping up. But it's that kind of conditions, really hot here, humid. That's what really sucks it out of you. Player seems to be okay. But that's the problem, is once you get a cramp, it's hard to fully get rid of it. You can stretch it out until your heart's content, but that muscle's not going to release until it's ready. And thus, James Delsing will come off. Try to get some liquids in him. He gets a Gatorade out of the cooler. Just got to rest that leg and try to get the electrolytes back into you. Sunrise trying to get an attack here. Perez with the one-touch pass back towards the middle. They cut it back out towards the outside. Top of the box. Sunrise wanted a handball. I was blocked by one of the cameramen taking pictures, so I couldn't fully get a good view of it. Here comes Scahan again. Diving out is Pineda to confidently claim it. Trying to get his teammates to calm down here a little bit. They're already up 5-0. Almost a giveaway along the back line. Closing in on halftime, not too many minutes left. It'll be interesting to see what the official gives in terms of stoppage time, as we've had a few injuries and obviously 5 goals. As a former official, there is a bit of an unwritten rule that generally you've almost put on another minute for every goal scored, but once you get up around 5, I don't know if there's any benefit in that. But obviously each official operates differently. Gallo went sprinting up the wing, but the kick was not about to come. Iana to Ibiloa. Ibiloa again. All the way back to Pineda. Iana looking for Salako. Intended that one for Stork. Sunrise trying to get that one down. Rincon pushed off the ball. Perez. Now Willman. He'll take a long drive. That was ambitious. And there is the half. It's been jubilation for one team and anguish for the other. 5 goals crossed the goal line and hit the back of the net. Chicago with a commanding lead. We're going to take a quick break here for your halftime. I'm Todd Panula, and you're watching Turbo Sports production of the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships. And welcome back to the Mohawk Soccer Complex here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, site of the 2015 U.S. Youth National Championships. Want to thank our sponsors real quick before we get back to the action. Bringing you all the action today has been Turbo Sports Group. Also chiming in with that is Kohl's, Mango.org, Nesquik, Nike Soccer, Liberty Mutual Insurance, Olive Garden, Sports Authority, Wilson Trophy Company, and Capri Sun. All proud to sponsor all the games today as well as this entire tournament, brought to you here by the Turbo Sports Group. 5-0 is your score. Chicago in a commanding lead, to say the least. We'll see if Sunrise can really get anything going. So I do apologize. There's been a roster switch. The player that I've been calling Juan Rincon has actually been Michael Swift. It's listed as number 3 on the roster, but the jersey he is wearing has number 2. So Michael Swift has been one of the few bright spots in the attack for Sunrise. Swift unable to hold that one in. Bradley Nassar. To the far side. Ghazali. Filtered through Iana. Up top. Here comes the Magic. Going for number 6. Stork unable to fool the defender, and he's able to clear. Sunrise trying to get in on the attack towards the box, and the pass from John Scahan left something to be desired. Now Stork making a run from the left wing, slide tackle, and it had to be a good one. Otherwise you'd put yourself in a bad position. If you miss it, player's in on goal. If you get a piece of the player first, most likely a red card. So Chicago back on it. Cervantes gets it back. Trying to get a shot off here. Ball loose, and Sunrise able to clear it. Ibiloa. And apparently there was a player down. So Sunrise will give it back to Chicago. May have been Silamani on the pitch. And here's Stork using that speed. Up the wing. Feet taken out. Is this going to be a card? It will be. Yellow card. Still haven't gotten to see the number. It is Arsham Kosari. Silamani will take the kick. Two-man wall in front. Sunrise unable to clear. Chicago will gain the throw. A little bit of a question there at the end as Sunrise thought it should have gone to them. Funanyaki back in the game. Here comes Iori. The number of helicopters in the sky tends to pick up. That's cut out by Sunrise. Swift drops it back. Offside, apparently, against Sunrise. The official saying coming back from an offside position was Donald Emerson. Chicago fairly relentless. I mean, they've taken the foot off the gas a little bit, but they're still looking for goals here. Selemani takes it in towards the box. Instead, it's cleared away. Sunrise able to get it as far as half field. Gomez getting it up there. Now working it over on the far side. And unsuccessful in holding on to it. It's Scahan. At this point, Sunrise basically just kind of looking for something to build off of. Carry into the next game. You got to pick up points. Very difficult to get through to the next if you don't pick up points. So they will need to get at least one win, I would have to assume. As here's a foul given. It's going to go against Sunrise as Stork was taken down. Again, if you're just joining us, the Chicago Magic lead this one 5-0. All goals came in the first half, and all of them came in the first 30 minutes, really. Chicago raced out to a quick 3-0 lead on a natural hat trick from Emmanuel Sabi. And as you could expect, Sabi most likely will be rested the rest of this contest. Sunrise takes a chance. Big save, tipping it over the crossbar. Diving down to his right was Carlos Pineda. He hasn't been called into action here, but that's the mark of a good goalkeeper when you don't see much of the ball at all, and then all of a sudden a good chance comes your way. You're still up to the task. And on the corner, headed away. And then Perez unsuccessfully put it back in the box. Chicago trying to counter. Stork flicks it on. Iori. Iana. Out to the far side. Side tackle almost from behind, but got enough of the ball to keep it legal. Here comes Coach Radoncic trying to employ his players to play with a little more patience, keeping good habits. That was what I said, basically. That's all they have to worry about for the rest of this game, is you can't get sloppy and carry over bad habits into the next game. Another foul given against Sunrise. That'll give the ball back to Chicago. Now Swift in control. And again, the ball just bobbling just enough to throw Sunrise off. Stork. And Nassar had it taken away. Substitution coming up here for Sunrise. Back into the game is Taylor Willman. Now comes Iori. Now the shot grazes the crossbar. That was almost 6. Chicago just pouring it on here. They're already up by 5. Not too much threat of anything happening here. Obviously, Sunrise would like to get a goal, maybe 2, really cut that differential down a little bit. Back to Pineda. He'll kick it out towards the far side. Looking for Cervantes. And muscling his way through about 3 challenges there was Selemani. Near side to Stork. One-touch pass around the defense. Slide tackle successful. Didn't gain possession, but it at least thwarted the attack. A goal has been scored on field 11. That game is of interest to fans in this group as Ifunanyaki will take it up, looking in towards the area, sends it out wide, easily cut out, but right back on the ball is Nassar. Iana. Iana again, looking for Stork. He will keep it in on the near side. And no, it rolled out. Tried to get a little fancy with the ball and let it roll out. Game going on. The other game from Group B is Arlington Impact against FC Dallas 98. From the reactions, it sounds like Impact is up, but that is just speculation. Pineda barking out orders, telling his defenseman where to go. Gives it over to Ghazali. Selemani. And now Ibiloa. Funanyaki. Step over. And commits the foul, trying to regain possession. Gallo is about to check back in for Chicago at the next opportune time. Yana with the giveaway. Almost take it back. Here's the long shot. They were trying to catch Pineda. He was a little bit too far out of his goal, but Perez unfortunately saw it and got the adrenaline pumping a little too much. So Nassar will come out for Gallo. Five 0 Chicago. This one has never been in doubt since about halfway through the first half. Sunrise has had a few more opportunities here in the second. Pineda came up with a big save when called upon. He will come out and try to claim this one. Ball popped up in the air. Odd play for the goalkeeper. He kind of came out feet first. Chicago in control of it here. They try to pop one over the top. Krieg was wise to that. Selemani with the good little flick, though. Krieg puts a body into it. Stork trying to take it to the end line, cuts it back, regains his footing. Drops it to Funanyaki. Takes the right-footed shot, and that'll go over the net. A corner kick to Chicago. They're already up by 5. Corner kick will be Funanyaki. There's a good one peeling away from goal. A touch. Didn't quite put it on target. A hat trick for Emmanuel and a couple other goals right afterward have given Chicago their lead. This game has kind of settled into a little bit of a lull. Sunrise has had a couple attempts, but many have been thwarted. Ibiloa trying to press forward. Funanyaki leaves it outside, picked up by Perpa. Funanyaki tried to nudge it around the defender. Sunrise was wise to that. Sunrise Elite coming into this one. If anybody, you would have figured that the weather would have affected them the least, playing down in some of those humid areas in Florida. But we've seen a few cramps for them. And obviously they just weren't quite prepared for the onslaught that Chicago was going to unleash when this game started. But I'm not sure very many teams would have been. Into the box. Settled down by Funanyaki. Right-footed shot. Takes a deflection. Sunrise able to clear. Chicago trying to get it right back in, but nobody up top, at least in an onside position. Now Stork has it. Kind of slight of build is Stork, but he still manages to really kind of wrestle his way into those dirty areas and pick up those loose balls. Very solid on the ball, even though he's not the largest player out on the field. Chested down in the midfield, but not coming away with possession is John Scahan. Sunrise trying to push it up the field here, trying to press the advantage. They had Swift in an onside position, but they did not get it to him. Instead, Chicago will take it away. Iana. Back to Perpa. And Ghazali. Near sideline for Arambula. He sends it up, intended for Funanyaki. Now here comes Chicago again. Stork couldn't quite hold it in. And now we get a hydration break. It's again the score 5-0 in favor of Chicago. So we're ready to get back underway after the hydration break. These two teams looking to close this one out. This one has been all but over for quite some time, really. And you hate to say that about these kind of contests because all the players are out there giving it their everything. It just hasn't gone the way that Sunrise obviously would like it. Chicago fans more than happy to enjoy this one. Very humid out here today, so the players trying to keep hydrated as best they can. But oftentimes hydration comes more in between games than during. Obviously, you have to drink the water and keep yourself replenished in game, but can't forget in between either. Got to replace those electrolytes. Keep the muscles in shape. Doesn't hurt to be 17 either. Sunrise trying to get an attack going. They send it into the box. Too close to Pineda. Pineda comes out and claims it was offside anyway. Now we're going to get a substitution coming in for Chicago, Spencer Farina. And that will give Stork his first rest in quite a long time. Up the far side, looking for Silamani. That one caught the crown of the field and went out. Near side for Marich. Looking for a return pass. Going over the top. Hard foul there. Sunrise trying to catch them napping, but Brian Outambula called for the foul as he went over the top of Benjamin Prince. So a free kick. Been somewhat of a rare occurrence for Sunrise. They send it into the box. Arambula with the clearance. Not sure that was on the same page with his goalkeeper. But at this point, I don't think there's too much you can complain about. Sunrise trying to get a quick corner. They wanted to go short. Linesman telling them to back away. Now the kick is in play. Left footer into the box. Head ball. And that one just goes wide. Coming back into the game now will be Grant Ugarte. And getting a well-deserved rest will be Luca Perpa. Selemani with the chest from midfield. He's going to take it all the way himself here. Gets around one defender. The second one was too much. Solid tackle. Selemani trying to get it back. Had it there. Now Gaio with the drive, and that one's up and over. Here comes John Skahan. Stepped into by Ugarte. Skahan into the box. Cleared away at least for the moment. Maric had it taken away by Arambula. Substitution about to check in. It's going to be Amin Salako. Sunrise able to take it. Skahan had it pilfered away from the last moment. Here's Selemani. Only one to beat now. One and the goalkeeper. He's going to take it in himself. And the ball just would not stay with him. And now a free kick given. This is going to be in a dangerous area as Amin Salako is taken down. Chicago Magic with a commanding 5-0 lead. The goalkeeper, Alan Trani, doing his best to set up the wall. As of right now, it looks like it's going to be Aaron Ibiloa to take it. A shot on, diving save. Trani stretching out to the left. Strange that he needed to dive that much, as that should have been on the correct side of the wall to where he would have had an easier save, but good shot nevertheless. Might have been curling in. And Trani was able to make the stop. Here's Iana. Nothing doing in terms of attack for Sunrise. Swept the leg. The official says that the ball was got. Emerson will have nothing to do but look in despair at the official. A couple substitutions going to come in now for Sunrise. Peck, who is listed as 27 but wearing 22. It's always fun when they do that to us. So Peck, Di Girolamo, and trying to get a look at the last substitution as well. It looks like it's Rincon, which will be interesting because I believe Swift is still out there, and Rincon is wearing number 2. They may have added a number 1 to it. They have indeed. So Rincon with a makeshift 12 on his jersey. Not sure if you can catch that on the screen or not, but he's got a 2 with a little piece of sticky tape on there to make a 12. Peck will come on, as will Giancarlo Di Girolamo. This one has really never been in doubt. Chicago has been commanding from the very start. They scored just a few minutes into it, and they never looked back. As I said, 3 goals at least from Emmanuel Sabi, and 2 more after that. Coach Radoncic urging his team to just kind of knock it around, and Sunrise not too eager to put much pressure on here. If they're in possession, they want to go forward, but it's a little bit difficult down 5-0 to really expend the kind of energy that you would have to chase the ball. Iana to Arambula. Salamani, he wants a goal. Takes it in towards the box. Comes loose. Out in front, but nothing too much of that. Di Girolamo with the throw in. They were trying to get it up top to Mary. Sunrise trying to get on the attack. They'll draw the foul. That'll give them a free kick in a dangerous area. Those have been few and far between. So they've got to send numbers forward now. Low kick into the box. They were trying to get a flick from Gill. Gill on it again. Takes it away from the end line. Drops it back. Flighted ball in. Near side, Sunrise trying to get something on the attack. Into the body of Donald Emerson. He's going to chase it down. That was actually Rincon taken out of play. But Tonovich had his pocket picked. And Salako draws another free kick. Salako back to Pineda. Up the middle. Farina. Arena trying to steal it away. Instead, Sunrise goes off the other direction. And again, another Chicago steal, but this one was all for naught as a foul was given. Rincon, far side, looking for Swift. Switching the point of attack. Holding it in was Sunrise, but not with much in the way of possession. And then Pineda will play it out to the near side. Back on top of it is Gill. Gill trying to draw the corner, instead gets a throw in. Elamani switches it across the field. Ibiloa up top to Gallo. He's already got one goal here. Looking for Salako. Picked up by Tehran. And now they play it out. I don't see the injury. Now I see it. It's over on the far side. Looks like Michael Gallo picked up the knock. At this point, I think both sides are kind of hoping that time will just elapse off the clock and they can get out of this one. It's been a relatively uneventful half here for both sides. Couple chances for Sunrise, and Chicago's had a couple players that maybe don't see as much playing time as they would like. They've tried to send a couple towards goal, but outside of that, it was all the first half. Chicago scoring 5 and never looked back. Either team in possession, the defending team just kind of content to allow them to have the ball. Pineda will kill some time here. Now Chicago going on the attack, looking for one more goal perhaps. Farina, he'd like to get his name on the score sheet. Surrounded by those powder blue kits. And there it is, that's the final whistle. This one was decided long ago, but you got to play the full time allotted. The way it kind of turned out, I think some of the players might have just liked to have had it called and head off into the next game fresher. But instead, they've played the full 90. The final score, Chicago wins it by the final of 5-0. So before we sign off for the day, we want to thank our sponsors, our presenting sponsors once again. They've helped us out throughout this tournament. Turbo Sports Group bringing you all the action throughout this tournament. And the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships also brought to you by Kohl's, Mango.org, Nesquik, Nike Soccer, Liberty Mutual Insurance, Olive Garden, Sports Authority, Wilson Trophy Company, and Capri Sun. Proud sponsors of U.S. Youth Soccer. So that wraps up day number 1. We had some great games for you here. Most of them were close until today's game. The Group B matchup between the Chicago Magic PSG and Sunrise Elite. It was a blowout right from the start. Chicago scoring 3 goals right off the bat. A hat trick for Emmanuel Sabi. And as I said a few times, they never looked back after that. So hopefully you'll join us again tomorrow. We'll bring you all the action right here from the Mohawk Soccer Complex. For everybody here in the production, all our cameramen, want to tell you to have a great day. I'm Todd Panula for Turbo Sports. Goodbye, everyone.